Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Odio, and I'm doing another review for you. It's going to be Frasier, episode 7, My Brilliant Sister. This has been a brilliant season so far. Let's see how this one goes. Let's get into it. Alright, we're back for this week's episode of Frasier. It's the Reboot Season 2, Episode 7, and I am loving it so far. We're getting some cameos from old people from the other show. We're getting new people coming up in the new show. It's all around fantastic, and this episode keeps the vibe going. My Brilliant Sister is all about Harvard-Yale Day for Frasier. It starts off in the old cafe, and you get his son Freddie. They actually lost a baseball game to a bunch of actors that Eve knew. I guess they were able to act like they were better softball players than Freddie and the firefighters. He can't believe they've lost, and she's just like, kind of get over it type thing. It is pretty funny, though, because it bothers Freddie so much, and she doesn't even really care that they won. So, but overall, yeah, he thinks he's the cute one, and she's like, well, one of the other guys, like, maybe Nicholas. So it's pretty funny. Then we kick over to Frasier. Now, Frasier's coming in. It's like I said, Harvard-Yale Day. Obviously, he's a Harvard man. He wears the H and everything on his shirt. And hilariously enough, he's been asked to do, yes, a tailgate party. Yeah, Frasier, tailgate party. Freddie's like, do you even know what that is? Frasier's like, of course. The first tailgate party was at Harvard in 1906. And Freddie's like, oh yeah? How did it go when you were there? It's awesome. So he's planning that. He says he's going to be upping the tailgate. They're going to have fancy food and hors d'oeuvres and some fantastic wine. And, I love this because Frasier used to be all about planning the parties in the old show. So I love that this episode is going to be about him having a party. And, of course, some easily preventable disaster will take place, right? So he's all good to go. It's going to be happening in an hour. But wait, Alan has appeared. And when Alan appears, he's got some information. This super recluse author guy, Valdo, which Frasier wants to check out his memoir and give him a blurb. He's going to be coming to the party. Oh my goodness. But not Frasier's. Oh, the president's having a party and he's going to go there. And this guy's a recluse. They don't even know what he looks like. He's wrote these great memoirs and things. They all want to meet him. So Frasier's like, oh, but if it's an hour to my party, I can't cancel and just go to that one. That wouldn't be any good. Alan has a great plan. He's like, just do the twin thing, like the Parent Trap. You can't be in two places at once, right? And Frasier's like, yeah, but I don't have a twin. It's just me. And I was like, yeah, just like the Parent Trap. What? It's kind of stupid. And then Freddie's like, well, why don't you just ditch your party? And then Frasier's like, no, I'm going to sabotage it. I'm going to get all this cheap junk food and we're going to have pizza bagel bites and stuff. And that'll really turn people off so they'll leave early. I love Freddie's suggestion. He's like, why not just have the party like normal? Some, completely unrelated, easily preventable disaster will take place and ruin the entire party. It's like, yeah, I feel like Freddie's watched the old show too. That is probably what's going to happen. So while all that's going on, we get Olivia. I love Olivia. She comes on into the to the cafe too. And when she's there, she's telling Eve that her sister's coming to visit. Her sister is Monica. Her sister just does everything better and more awesome than Olivia. And Olivia's always felt like she's in her shadow. It's Yvette Nicole Brown too from Community. She's hilarious. So when Monica walks in like the Dugout Cafe or whatever, she instantly turns the cringe up to 10. Like, oh, it must be nice not to be in the male gaze or anything, Olivia. Like, my husband loves me so much, he calls me all the time. Like, he's a neurosurgeon and like just bragging it all up, right? Olivia gets frustrated and is like, yeah, well, you'll nothing like my boyfriend Mark. He's amazing. And she's like, Mark, I hadn't heard about him. I guess he'll be at that tailgate party tonight for Frasier, right? Olivia's like, yes, of course, right? So it's awesome. Monica leaves, and Eve's like, I didn't know you had a boyfriend. This is great. And she's like, yeah, I just made him up a couple minutes ago. That's why I haven't told you guys about him. So she wants Eve to get one of her actor friends to show up and pretend to be Mark. And Eve can't find any of her friends, so she asks Freddie to get Nicholas, the hot fireman, to come and take the place, right? She ends up not needing them, and she texts that one of her friends from acting is going to do it, Augustine. That guy's great, by the way. We'll get to him in a minute. But Freddie decides he's going to show up anyway. I guess he didn't understand the message. So the tailgate party's shaping up to be a real wild one. And Nicole's going to come too with Olivia to meet Mark. So now, having watched all the old Frasier, I can tell you his parties are always a real gas. They don't always go the way that Frasier wants, and this one's no exception. So when we get to the tailgate party, Frasier has swapped out all the fancy food for like pizza bagel bites and stuff like that. Much to his chagrin, everyone loves them. And he's at one point, he says, that's really how to tell the quality of your party. You put out pizza bagel bites. Nobody should like those. Everyone likes them. Then Alan shows up. He's like, hey, how's it going there, Frasier? Oh, pizza pizza bagel bites. So Frasier's there at his party, and Olivia's there with her dates. Mark, Augustine is playing Mark. He's Eve's friend. Oh my God, I don't know this actor, but he's fantastic. He was flamboyant, over the top, and so funny. When Olivia comes in, he walks over, Olivia, and he like gives her a kiss around the neck, and Monica's like, oh my goodness, like this is quite the man. He's a good-looking guy and everything. And then as he takes her coat away to get her a drink, Freddie comes in. He's also Mark. So he tries to act like her boyfriend, and he's speaking in a British accent, like, because she says he's British. Oh, it's so good. You get two of them. It almost seems like something Frasier would do. This is like a Frasier thing. 2 fake dates at a party. Like, doesn't seem like an Olivia thing. But as Alan gets there anyway, so that's going on over there. But then Alan arrives. He's also, not only is he there loving the pizza bagel bites, he's got some news for Frasier. So we've got this unknown guy, we don't know what he looks like, Valdo, coming to the party. He's going to come to Frasier's party. And Valdo, every time I hear that name, Valdo, I think of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Sardo. No, mister. Accent on the dough.
It's Sardo. No, mister. Accent on the dough.
It always makes you think of that. So they don't know what he's going to look like. So Frasier's going around. He's trying to get stuff ready. Because Alan said he's coming there because Frasier's got the good booze. You know, Frasier's got all the fancy wine and stuff. Frasier's like, no problem. I'm going to get some of the fine wine out of the basement. As he's going to do it, hilariously, Freddie's like, oh, Dad, I've got a punctuation question. Freddie's like, oh, is it? No, stay on target. He goes, I love that he had a punctuation question for him. So Frasier gets the wine, gets the fancy wine, puts it out in the kitchen and everything, and he's back out dealing with the party. Alan even goes out and talks to Nicole, Olivia's sister, at one point. Oh, it's awesome. She's just like, do you feel like you drink because of the relationship with your family? He's like, oh, this is a trap. I don't want to do this. That's right. And so he's actually going to try to make strawberries and cream. Valdo likes that, so he's going to try to make it, but he's stunned. It's Alan. He doesn't even know how to make cream in there. He's in there screwing it up, and Frasier has to take over for him and stuff. It was pretty great, actually. So as the party gets going, Olivia's like, all right, I need to get rid of the 2 marks. Like, this lie is just too much. I can't deal with all this. So he tells both of them to leave. They end up having a double mark fake argument in the living room where it looks like it's a lover's quarrel type thing. It's fantastic. And then Nicole actually says that Freddie was the better fake mark, even though he's like, it's pointless to even get excited, but he's like, yes, like I knew I was the better one. And when Olivia goes, she's trying to get away from it all. She goes on in the kitchen and she's like pouring herself some of that fancy wine. And Valdo comes in and he's wearing like a little green shirt, glasses, kind of like, I think Frasier calls him a beatnik. So they're sitting down and she realizes who it is. And he like finds Olivia hot. Like he thinks she's just the bee's knees. And I was like, all right, Olivia, get this guy. He's cool. I like Olivia. She deserves a good man. So she's in there having the wine. Awesome. Frasier walks by and he's like, what are you doing? You beatnik? What are you doing drinking this wine? That's for a very special guest. My God. And he like goes by and I'm like, oh, he didn't know that was Valdo. I think that's going to come back and bite him in the ass a little bit later. So then the sister comes in, Nicole, and she sees Olivia in there with Valdo. And once Nicole sees Valdo with Olivia, she realizes what's going on. She's like, is that Valdo? Like the famous, oh my goodness. What a man. You've got 3 guys fighting over you. What the heck? And Frasier's realizing, because it was his nephew David that told him Augustine was actually Valdo. So he's out there talking to him. Now he realizes what's really going on. It's hilarious. He just kind of disappears for a minute. But Nicole herself has a little breakdown. The perfect, brilliant sister's like, my husband's always calling me. I'm just not happy. Why can't he find the remote? But he can open up a brain. I was like, oh, snap. She's not actually super happy. And Olivia's like living her best life with the wine. Got this Valdo guy. It was awesome. And it was just great to see Olivia get a win. She deserves a win. And then, of course, Frasier is still there. And he's like, well, he's now told off this Valdo guy that he wants to read his memoir and give him a blurb. He just wants a blurb so bad. I don't know if he gets the blurb or not, but I'll tell you what he does get. An absolutely hilarious moment. He comes in from the other side of the kitchen. He's wearing glasses and a vest, and he's like, oh, I brought you some wine, Mr. Valdo. I see you've met my awful twin who was quite brutish to you earlier. And Alan just looks at him like, yeah. He's trying the Parent Trap twin thing. And then the episode ends. I was still laughing, though. And it cuts to like a little after the scene credit. I love this. Valdo is there talking to him. He's like, oh, pizza bagel bites. And he eats one, and you can't hear him talking. He's like, oh, the flavor explosion is so good. Because Frasier thought nobody would like pizza bagel bites. But, I mean, everyone loves them. They're the best. So yeah, overall, this is another hilarious episode of Frasier this season. Light on the cameos. Nobody from the old seasons come in on this one, but all the new characters are hitting on all cylinders. I really missed Alan and Olivia last week, so super pumped to have them back this week. And another great Frasier party success under his belt. Really enjoy it, guys. It's an easy recommend for everyone who likes Frasier. But thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate you guys watching this far. Please like, share, and subscribe to the video. And remember, everybody, stay out of trouble.